Well, well, well. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this extraordinary adventure. This is going to be a truly legendary video series where we're going to trade starting with $25,000 and turn that into over $1 million in just 12 months. That's right, just 1 year. And in today's video, we're going to go over the 3 steps that we need to do to set up our trading account and set up our goals for success so that we can actually begin just implementing all of these things as we go to accumulate fat stacks of cash on our day trading journey. So if you guys haven't seen yesterday's video where I talked a little bit about my psychology behind starting this challenge, I really implore you to watch that video. It's short, just about 8 minutes, and it goes over everything that we're going to be doing in this challenge. Feel free to follow along. Together, we're going to learn how to day trade effectively and turn 25K into $1 million. And I chose that number somewhat as a joke because when you think about it on the surface, wow, that sounds absolutely insane. 25K to 1 million, a 40x return in a year, whereas the S&P 500 maybe returns 7 to 10% per year annually. Well, I really did want to flip that on its head. Now, the average person will get this advice countless times in their life. Just take $500 a month and stick that into an S&P 500 index fund. And then over the course of, say, 40 years of working, you could finally retire with a nest egg of $1 to $2 million in your retirement account. You're going to be set, right? However, I want to make $1 million now, and we're going to be doing that. We're going to start day trading tomorrow morning, live on the market. Let's get started, and let's go over to my screen here where we are going to start. We're going to be starting with our account. Number 1, defining our goals for turning $25,000 into $1 million. And why did I choose 25K? Well, it's actually very specific reason that I chose to start with $25,000. So let's slide it over here. The FINRA, Pattern Day Trader Rule. Now, FINRA actually has a law that if you're trading with less than $25,000 in your account, you can only make 3 day trades per every 5 trading days. So it can actually be very, very limiting to someone that's wanting to maybe make scalp trades or trade every single day. It's very difficult because you've only got 1 day trade, that you could make in a day potentially, or 3 in a day, and then you're done trading for the week. And they do this basically to protect people, right? Trading is difficult, some would say. So they want to protect people and buffer and make sure that everyone isn't trading in and out all the time. I think that's the reasoning anyway. Define our goals. Now, what are the goals here? Of course, just to turn 25K into $1 million. Now, what is that on an annual basis? I did calculations here. Let's reveal 4,000% annual appreciation. Sure beats the S&P 500, returning a mere 7%. We're going to make 4,000% over the course of the next year. So what does that break into monthly? What do we have to make per month for 12 months to hit our goal? That translates to 36%. Now, daily gain, this is going to be really important because we are day trading. So we'll kind of have goals to look at every single day to see if we are even close to hitting our goals or really far away. So daily gain for 260 trading days is 1.45%. I did this on a few different apps. 1.45%, when you put it like that, if I'm day trading every day, all I have to make is not even 2%. I mean, it sounded a bit low in my mind. Like, I've done a few day trades, before, and I feel like it's easy to make a 2% trade, I would say. So let's get rid of these notes over here, and let's scroll down to step 2. Now that we know what our percentage goals are, number 2, we're going to set up our trading account. So what are we trading? What are we looking at on a daily basis? And what are we researching to getting ourselves prepared to day trade every day? And I did a little bit of thinking, and why do I need to go obscure here? I mean, of course, online and reading books, you'll hear people talk about, we need to trade these penny stocks, these obscure names. Well, I'm thinking initially it's going to be easier to day trade something that has a lot of people in the pot already, right? We call that trading volume. So if there are a lot of people trading in and out of a stock really fast, really quickly, say if there's a stock that has 80 million shares traded during the day, that's a large trading volume, and that's actually going to make it way easier for us to get in and get out of stock positions really quickly, which is what we want to do, because we want to be day trading. So we want to look for a really high trading volume on the day and a pretty high float for that trade, whatever we're going to be making. So I'm going to be looking at big names. Now, first off, I'm going to throw in here, we're going to be looking at QQQ, which is NASDAQ. Let's do DGI. Let's go to Dow Jones Index, day paper trades. Also S&P 500. S&P 500. Oh, I don't see it. Okay, so let's go with SPY, which is an ETF that follows their market. And also, shout out Jeremy Lefebvre. I like watching his videos, so I made a little tracker so that I could track stocks that he talks about, like Honest and stuff like that. So we're gonna add that, okay? QQQ, DGI, and SPY. And we might add some big names like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. Now, these aren't out of the box by any means, by any measure. These are huge companies, the largest companies in the market, in fact. And we're going to be trading these companies to start, just to get our feet wet in the markets. So let's launch into something that has been actually really intriguing to me recently, and that would be leveraged ETFs. Okay, so, right, we have QQQ, and I'm familiar with a few leveraged ETFs for QQQ that will actually leverage the returns. So let's look here. Let's just look at an article here. What are we going to find? Okay, we're going to find TQQQ is an exchange traded fund that is widely held and tracks the NASDAQ index. It is triple of the NASDAQ. So if the NASDAQ returns 1% in a period, then TQQQ targets to make 3%. So that's going to be really good for us, because that's going to give us higher leverage and actually help us build our trades. Now we're going to go to down here, and it's actually not in this article, so it's not really working out for me there. But I know that there is actually an inverse ETF of TQQQ called SQQQ. And what this is the inverse of TQs, which is 3% or three times the inverse increase in the NASDAQ. So we have the NASDAQ returned 2% today, TQs returned 6%, and SQs returned negative 6%. So this is going to be really valuable. It's actually going to let us short stocks, short the stock market if we think the market's going to have a down day. So that's really what I'm thinking of. Now we're going to go on to step 3, which is, remember the 3 rules. What are the 3 rules? Preserve capital, and preserve capital. Those are the 3 rules. Preserving capital, number one most crucial thing. Because if you lose your on a trade, say if you're down 8% on a trade, it's going to take you 10% to recoup that, just because of how percentages work. If you think, oh, I'm down 2%, I could just make 2% and I'll be flat. No, that's not how it works. So once you're down, it's actually harder to get back where you were because of how compound interest works. So it's going to be very important for us to preserve capital. And oh yes, I forgot, there is a fourth rule: grow the account marginally. Okay, we don't have to go crazy here. Trade in cryptocurrency, trade Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. We don't need to go crazy here. All we need to do is make 2% per day. Every single day, day trading, consistently making a very small, marginable gain every day. And remember, in the first day, that's only going to translate to not even $500, okay? And while that won't feel like, how are we going to make $1 million at the end of the year only making $500 a day? Well, compound interest, as Einstein once said, is the eighth wonder of the world. So these are a little bit of my thought processes, and these are 3 things that I wanted to look at today. I'm glad that we set up our trading account. It looks good, honestly. We only have a few names here. We have NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, TQs, and SQs. Now, tomorrow, I think that I just want to focus on NASDAQ or TQs or SQs or something like that. But we're just going to ground ourselves and start trading small, start taking small gains from this big system called the stock market. It's going to be awesome. So if you like this content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss it, especially when I'm going live every single morning. I think I'm going to be doing that from 7 to 8 or something like that, maybe 7:30 to 8:30, something like that. Around that time, I'm going to be going live every day. And I'm also going to be posting videos just like this one. So you don't want to miss it. We're going to be doing this trading journey together, you and me. And yeah, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a great one.